Good afternoon and welcome to the blog and newsletter for Friday the 18th of September. I do hope that you're well. I hope that you've had a good week. Certainly we've all been basking outside in the sunshine as much as we can in school. Certainly I decided to change the location today and come out to our school polytunnel where we've still got a few of the tomatoes growing. And Ant and Dec, our school rabbits, are just preening themselves to the left-hand side. What a wonderful location we have here at Hillfort. As I say, I do hope that you're well. I know that we've had quite a high amount of absence this week. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I wanted to start on a real positive this week. Absolutely lovely to receive a rather fetching award coming to school. This is from Exeter University and Cornwall School Games, and this is for our various first prizes in July for the Cornwall School Games. It's also for dance and gym and reception, and actually the year sixes as well scored an award. So this is just one of the trophies, but I thought it would be really nice to share this with you. We'll have this proudly in our reception area. Really nice for Hillfort children and Hillfort School to come out on top. We were also really pleased to welcome in the early years children for their first mornings, whole days next week. But it's been lovely to meet some of the parents and some of the children there. And certainly I'm teaching in there a little bit next week, so I'll get to know the children that little bit better again. So that's been a real positive from this week. It was actually a real positive. I had the chance to meet with Plymouth University colleagues for a couple of hours virtually. We're part of a steering group that helps their practice and helps them work with schools more effectively. So that was really nice to share some ideas and see other colleagues supporting schools. So that was all really, really good. Just glancing to my left, Ant is on the move. I don't think we'll be interrupted. I think we're okay. Also really delighted to see our Director of Education, Mrs. Forty, come into school and offer some really positive points around the teaching and the plans in particular for teaching that have been going on. Absolutely wonderful to be part of an outstanding rated multi-academy trust, obviously Truro and Penwith. So those were some of the positives over the last 4 or 5 working days. A couple of the things that I'd like to bring to folks' attention is always this time of year is school uniform. The children look so smart. We're so pleased to see them, and they've clearly all been off to Clark's and off to get their ties and their blazers. Some of which are not labelled or not permanent markered. Maybe folk have more money than I do and don't mind to lose the odd jumper, but certainly in the Cook household, the first thing that we do is to get the permanent marker and to get names written on. That certainly makes teachers' lives a whole lot easier, and probably makes parents' lives a whole lot cheaper if kit isn't lost. So I would urge you to do that. Blazers, for example, aren't cheap. Do get a label or a name tag or just a permanent marker and write the name in. That's really sensible. We've had some quite low attendance this week. There's basically been lots of colds going round, and we would absolutely have expected that. We've put out flow charts, and I know those are on Facebook, and I sent them out in letter form too. So there are flow charts around if you think your child might have COVID. But we're also seeing that lots of children who've been maybe not in circulation for the last 6 months, maybe not seeing all of their friends, certainly not seeing 60 children across a year group, they've got colds. Obviously, if your child is unwell with a cold, you would keep them off. If they're half unwell and you're not sure, lean towards sending them into school, because we know that they've missed a lot of education. And of course, if you think that they might have COVID, and those 3 really obvious symptoms, the permanent coughing, the high temperature, and the loss of senses, the smell, the taste, by all means, keep them off, seek a test, and then let us have those when they're negative, they come back, and hopefully it would be negative. So that was around attendance. Thank you for your support with that, as ever. We're looking forward to the new arrangements next week. I've had positive feedback by and large, and a couple of questions come in, but that's absolutely it. Don't worry about Monday, either pick up or after school. Come and grab a chat, come and have a chat with Mrs. Greenaway or myself or Miss Morrison. Any of the teachers or any of the office colleagues would be only too delighted, but basically it's exactly the same as it was before. Same drop-off places, same pick-up, same entrances. It's just those slightly revised times so that children get absolutely the whole school day. And that is about it for me today. So that's 5 minutes or so, coming up to 6 minutes. I hope you're finding these broadcasts useful and maybe slightly more informative than an email out. By all means, let us have your feedback. Always interested to know what parents think. Looking forward to Monday. We may have a slight issue with four of the classes. I know 4 of my colleagues are off to an escape room. So, for example, if Mrs. Tandy isn't in on Monday, we may have a problem, but hopefully she'll be able to get out of that. And I am off for my youngest son's 3rd birthday party. Lowen has his 3rd birthday, and by party, there can't be much parties at the moment, but it's certainly a bag of fish and chips and a Colin the Caterpillar cake. So I'm looking forward to that. It's replacing the Maltesers from last week. So, bulletin done. I hope you have a lovely weekend. You look after yourselves, and we'll see you at those slightly revised times on Monday. Best wishes.